Hey, everybody. I just wanted to formally introduce myself and welcome you to my channel. Um, right now, I only have 3 subscribers, and I want to take the time to thank those 3 subscribers. I really appreciate you. You believed in me because you subscribed before I even posted my first video. So, thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. And please give me grace right now. I feel very uncomfortable talking to a cell phone. I mean, in reality, I guess I'm talking to you, but right now I feel like I'm in a Zoom meeting talking to myself on an outdated Android. But I've survived a whole lot worse. But thank you. I appreciate you. My goal is to grow a community of like minded people that are looking for encouragement and uplifting and motivation. I know we live in a tough world where everybody's just going through so much, including myself. And I just want you to know that you are not alone. Um, we are here in this together, and that's what this community is about. I'm trying to grow a community that will just help keep each other uplifted and inspired. All right. Anywho, I'm just gonna jump right in and get to it. So, my birth name is Nicole, but my spiritual name is Ishbel, and I will try to explain that the best way I can. Um, I've been through a lot in life, and despite all of the trials and tribulations that I've been through, I have maintained strong faith in God. And I certainly believe in the power of prayer. And without God, I can honestly say I would not be here today if not for God. I really would not. And so, anyway, one day I was just laying in bed and I had a random thought. And I thought, well, I know my mom named me Nicole, but what did God name me? Like, what does God call me? I'm a child of God. What does He call me? 2 seconds later, I clicked on the most random movie to watch. I don't know, on like what is this? Sorry, getting a notification. Okay, so I clicked on the most random movie to watch, something I wouldn't typically watch. And as soon as I started watching the movie, one of the characters said the name Ishbel, and I thought, hmm, that's an odd name. It's not a name that I've ever heard of. And so I looked up the name, and the name meant devoted to God. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. And so I did further research, and it started talking about like the personality that was tied to this name, and it described me to a T. And I was amazed. And I thought, that is my name. That is the name that God has given me. But God is very patient with me. I can honestly say that because anytime I talk to God and I ask Him a question, He answers. I always ask for at least 2 or 3 confirmations. And He confirmed that Ishbel is the name that He gave me. And so that is how I came up with the name Ishbel for this channel. And then, of course, I added to it Ishbel's inner light because that is how I see myself, as light, a light worker. And I have not always seen myself as that. That is something that I've just come to realize because just last year I was thinking, why am I here? I'm not doing anything. I'm not helping anybody. I'm not inspiring anybody. I'm just a waste of space. I'm not doing anything with my life. I don't know, I'm not doing anything useful. And then I started working at a place, and all of a sudden, time after time, people just started telling me, "You inspire me. You help me. Um, you your presence is helpful. Like your energy and your calmness and your peace and your voice is just so helpful." And that was amazing to me. And I just kept hearing this over and over. And then I started just talking to people and just listening, and just people telling me that listening to them was helpful. And I learned that listening was a part of my gift, and just being compassionate and being empathetic and sympathetic and just talking to people is a part of my gift, and it is a reason why I am here. And then I learned that I'm not a waste of space. I have a purpose, and that is the reason why I'm starting this channel, because God has a calling on my life, and starting this channel is my calling. It is to reach people, to uplift people, to encourage people, to motivate people, to help people who suffer from anxiety and depression just as I do, and that just have struggles in life, and that have a hard time with the ups and downs. And so I'm here to help, and just hoping to navigate tough times with each other, and that is why the subtitle of this channel is also Ishbel's Inner Light, Elevate Together. And let's talk about the enemy for a minute. This channel is something I've been passionate about, something I've been excited about creating. It's something that God has been urging me to do for a while, and I've been disobedient, but not intentionally. I've been in a spiritual battle with the enemy. When I first tried to create this channel, I just kept receiving error message after error message. That's how it started. But I already came up with the name, the concept, the logo, just so many different ideas. But everything I tried just kept failing. So I finally got, the channel created. But of course, I didn't have any videos to publish. But that's when the enemy started to attack. So he started whispering things or planting seeds. That's when he was like, your voice sounds like a man. Nobody wants to hear that. And then he started planting other seeds. You're not smart enough to do this. You don't know how to create content. You can't do this. You can't do that. So I actually started to believe those lies. I actually believed that I sound like a man. So God started sending people my way to negate those lies. All of a sudden, people started randomly saying, "I love your voice. Your voice is so soothing. It's calm. You could literally talk me to sleep." And all I could do was laugh. And I thought, okay, God, I get it. I get it. But I'm not going to show my face on camera. And here I am, showing my face on camera. So then he started attacking my health. I was placed in a very uncomfortable and stressful situation that wreaked havoc on my health. There were health issues that I had in the past that I had under control. It took years to get those health issues under control. And then once I was placed in this uncomfortable and stressful situation, those health issues started to creep back up. And then other health issues started to occur on top of those health issues. I went from 140 something pounds down to 116 pounds. I have not seen 116 pounds probably since I was 16 years old, and I am in my 40s. So that has definitely affected me, and I have to be careful with my words because these situations are undergoing still. So with that being said, then it started affecting my personal relationships with family members, especially one in particular, the one that I was the closest to. The enemy thought that separating me from this particular family member would break me, and it was hard. I love this family member. I will always love this family member. Nothing will ever change that. But what God has taught me through this separation is that sometimes separation is necessary for growth, to draw us near to Him, to teach us lessons, to help us learn how to set boundaries, to help us to heal, to help us to eliminate distractions so that we can hear Him better. And so sometimes you just have to learn how to love people from a distance. And that is what I learned through that. So after the enemy planted seeds of doubt, placed me in uncomfortable situations and toxic environments, attacked my health, attacked my family. Then I received a late diagnosis of level 2 adult autism, as well as an anxiety disorder, an ADHD, and a fear of germs, known as OCD. I later shared these diagnoses with a group of people whom I trusted and respected. I expected to be met with understanding and compassion, but I ended up being met with the complete opposite, which was heartbreaking. I was scrutinized. I was placed under a microscope. Shame on them. I'm a child of God. God does not like ugly behavior, and He has a way of humbling people like that. These people have continued to underestimate me, and their lack of knowledge has seemed to confuse autism with lack of intelligence. And I'm here to say that that is certainly not true. I am very intelligent, and I say that with a lot of confidence. Okay, so I'm really trying to wrap this video up, but please stay until the end. I have to tell you what happened to me today and what actually inspired me to record this video. All right, so there's this one particular person that I've been, I hate to use the word forced, but I've been forced to be around this person a lot for the past year. And I've witnessed this person, grin and skin in everybody's face, and then sneakily stab people in the back and then hide her hand. And despite witnessing this, her doing this to multiple people, I chose to not treat her any different. I have continued to support this person, encourage this person, pray for this person, inspire this person. This person has sent me text messages telling me that I've done all of these things for her. So I saw her sneak into somebody's office today, and then I thought, oh, tag, I'm it. So thought, oh, it's my turn. And yeah, I knew I was the target today because she always acts guilty afterwards. But for some reason, today she felt very bold and empowered. And she decided to try and provoke me today. Um, she accused me of being negative, and I'm not a negative person. Um, so yeah, I was a little taken aback, but she has been making snarky comments all week that I have chosen to ignore. But today, yeah, she really was a little sassy pants. The old me would have really given her a good tongue lashing. Um, but I'm trying to stay in alignment and on the path that God has assigned to me to be on. And so, I did respond. I did defend myself. Um, and, I did ask her to provide examples, and she could not provide any examples. And so she ended up being more upset than I was. Um, of course, I was bothered. But anyway, what she meant for bad turned out to be good for me because, like I said, that inspired me to, be a testimony and film this video. As I was leaving, I encountered two individuals that just randomly started telling me, their personal stories, which this happens all the time. I seem to draw in people who just randomly walk up to me and they feel um, safe enough, or, I don't know, they feel comfortable enough to tell me their stories. And I always listen. And, if I have words of encouragement, of course, I provide that to them. But today felt different. It was a female and a male, and they both, shared personal stories to me while we were in an elevator. And it felt different because immediately afterwards, they both started talking about God. And I felt like we were in alignment, and I just immediately felt better. And so then after that, as soon as I got in my car, Kendrick Lamar's song, All Right, started playing. And so it was like, if God got us, then we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gonna be all right. So anyway, and so then on my ride home, I have 3 dogs that were more like my children, and they have a way of letting me know that their spirit is very much well and alive and always near me. And so they send me, signs to let me know that they are near me, and they did that on the way home. And so I just felt so much better, and I just felt God's presence and, my spirit team's presence, and I just felt inspired to film this video to share my story. And so what she meant for bad ended up being for good, and I hope this video inspires other people. And I just want to take this time to thank you for listening if you made it this far, and I hope it inspires somebody. And thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe or share this video. And I look forward to sharing more content. And if you have a story to tell of your own, please feel free to make comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.